Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are at it again. This is TNT. Y'all know every Sunday we just bring the latest to you on our programs, discussion, and debate. And my name is Minister D. Derek Ajmanbudu. People know me as Minister D. And we are here to bring the round two of our debate from last week. Now, you could all see that both parties were very strong on their points and they were backing it so strong. Unfortunately, we missed one of our brothers, and the heat is here. You understand? He has, because he missed it, he has gathered all the heat together. And if you know Street Fighter, you know what I'm talking about. So today we are about to go on the topic, very simple, LGBTQIA2 plus. That is the debate right now. Last week it was simply on the topic, legalizing it in or legalization in Africa. To be precise, the debate started from Ghana. I don't know how it is in your country, but you will know best. But I know that this is something the Ghanaians say that mbanu chai, we wouldn't let it happen, and others are saying, "Hey, let them leave. I mean, give them that space. Let them do whatever." So that is the topic today. Today we have, let's say, we haven't switched actually, but it is still on the same thing. And our question is, what is it all about? What is it all about? We want to know their aims. We want to know how it's going down. How do you feel? Sometimes you can get confused somewhere because imagine a group of people along, alphabet, and people get confused. So we want to know what is it. And then we have the pro team and the cons team, and they are saying, no, 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 don't bring it here. The other people are saying, Masa, you can't think for us, you can't feel for us. This is what we feel. What do you want? Either my body be your body. As long as I'm not harming anybody, we can do it. And that is what we are bringing to you today. Before we get in to bring our guest on, let me quickly go through some of our sponsors or people that are backing us so strongly. And these people you just can't leave out because they are making it. They are making TNT what it is. So, first of all, let's give a big shout out to Alfred Wu. Alfred Wu, as you can see the logo on here, is all about African market, African trade, buy and sell, made in Africa, made by Africans. We just want to push our African market as far as we can. And of course, we can push it very far because you all know that quality comes from Africa. Anything that has an ethnic origin comes from Africa, whether you believe it or not, sanity. So since we have left some things, we want to be on a fruitful to present our African items. Anything that is made by an African or made in Africa is what we push. Now, let's take it to our own TNT production. Members of TNT, thank you very much for pushing us this far. We have Royal Consult. It's all about helping you with your home office stuff, translation, and all that it takes to stay here in, Germany or Europe. We can help you. We even have people that speak French, Ebika Hausa, Dagumba, however, just for you to understand what the white man is saying, ish. You understand? Then we have our WOW Gathering. WOW Gathering is all about women empowerment. I always say this: you can't give what you don't have. So you need to love yourself, then you can give love. And there's something called say toxic, say geno. Some people go into marriages, they are being abused, they don't even know it because in Africa, abuse any dictionary more. And that is where Wow Gathering will show you, say, please, please, please shine your eye, like the Nigerian will say. So we continue with Beauty by CY Touch. It's all about the makeup. That is how she can transform you from Derek to Erica. You understand? From Derek to Erica. But if I turn from Derek to Erica, now I'm say LGBTQ. So, then we have Mama Double N. Mama Double N is all about family cookings and, doing all this stuff on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to keep you awake. And that woman, that lady is so lovely. Yeah, so you can follow. We have Ohima Mukase and Adoma Muchia. And these are African kitchen. They will give you the best of Africa. Not to forget one of the best African, let's say markets, products or foodstuffs that is Tally food. How can we do without Tally? Tally food is one of the best. So if you want to get contact with them, just follow up on Instagram, Facebook, and some of them are on YouTube. Just give in all the names that I've given to you, and it will help you. Whilst we are doing this, please just be, let's say, what do we call it? A brother, a sister, a family, a royal, and just go on your friends list. Just invite people to come and see what we are coming to do here today. It's going to be a bomb. It's going to be fire. And I know today, dear, Senator Aircon, I can see Meckham already with the machine gun and just going to, you understand? So please invite people to come and see this debate. We are not going to kill anybody here with our words, but we are trying to understand. Like I said, it's LGBTQIA2 plus. Just to correct you, it's not the latest iPhone. This is LGBTQ. You know what it says? I don't know how to call it. So those that know are here to enlighten me and educate me on that. And please just stay tuned. Thank you very much. It's TNT for you today. And please, once again, invite everyone to be on the platform. So without wasting time, as you can see the flyer here, we have all these guests here. Those that came with their plane were here, those with the limousine, those with the taxi, so we thank God for that. And we are just going to invite them one by one. Let's start with, family members. So let me welcome our dear sister, Constance. Good evening. I think you're mute. Mute.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. D.
How are you today? You're looking fresh.
I'm good. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm wonderfully good.
I like the background setting. I mean, it's really reflecting TNT.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm going to send you all green screen so that we all have our background fixed.
Okay.
Let me quickly ask, are we allowed to make noise here? And I said noise in a different matter.
What type of noise?
Oh, noise, no.
Oh, we can make noise.
Oh, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just announce and introduce the soon-to-be Mrs. on our platform here. It's coming on November. I said, no, I already said Becca. It's coming on the 14th of November. This beautiful lady here is going to be somebody's Mrs. Oh, Charlie,
somebody's going to carry the whole wahala.
Yeah, so all the brothers and sisters, please come. Let's gather and go and get our kontasika, please.
Yes.
Let's go and collect our kontasika, and I know it will be a blast because we all need to be there to support our own. That is the best thing we can do. So probably the flyer, if I only get the go ahead, that the flyer will be on my page. And then if you want to see this lady Constant, because I'm out for people fear you will make that down.
Oh, it's all because of Lekon.
All because of Mekon. Thank you. So yes, let me introduce the next one. Bram Mekon. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much. Great to
you
once again.
Yes, so the way I see you and the dress there, I said today you are ready to give some. I said, we'll see.
Amazing.
Yes, and then we have our dear sister. I know her from Frankfurt somewhere around the corner. That is Rosie, right here for us.
Hello. I did like I know the.
Yeah, so and then the man we all missed last week, like I said, he's ready and came back with the bazooka. That he goes in the name of Cardio. Welcome, sir.
Yeah. Welcome. I'm so happy to join the group today. So happy.
Welcome.
Constance, sorry for not being there last week to support you. But I heard you did so well.
Thank you.
I heard Mekon could not even stand you. So just imagine now two of us.
Yeah. But he has intentionally won why, and he's coming to attack. I know he has planned, but still, we are going to pull him down.
For sure.
So we wouldn't actually waste time. I have an audio here. I want us to listen, and that will be the key point for us to, start the debate. Just for us to know, Sister Constance and Cardio are the ones saying that please, 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 please don't come close with your iPhone new one. No, then this is Mekan and Rosie. Almost dear Massa. It is our body. What we do with our body it is not your thing. Please leave us. Let's come in peace. So these are the two parties. One thing I would like to say before we start. Immediately you hear the sound of my voice, say, please drop your point. You just leave your pen like this. No matter where you are, bam, now they are two. Because if I see the lips here and I know they are going to hit a part, I beg all of you, just love me as I love you, and then let's take everybody 5 minutes, and then let's try to bring it on. So let's bring the audio on.
Assembly. In fact, the Ghanaian government has had the occasion to say to the homosexual cabal, if you want to have a vote on this, table it before the UN General Assembly and let us have a vote on it. And then we will be guided by it. But to come in through the window and say that the UN has banned a conversion therapy, nowhere in our bill does the bill talk about conversion therapy.
Okay, is the Pope wrong then? The Pope Francis said last year that he thinks same-sex couples should be allowed to have civil unions. He said homosexual people have the right to be in a family. They are children of God and have the right to a family. The head of one of the largest Christian faiths in the world. Is he wrong?
Well, the Pope has expressed his opinion. The Catholic Church has not taken a definitive decision on that. And let me give you a typical example. The Methodist Church in the UK has said that they're going to allow for gay marriages and all. The Methodist Church of Ghana has disassociated itself with that decision. We are not under that. We're not going to be bound by the decision of that church. This bill is supported by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Ghana.
Bible, Genesis 1:27 says God created man in his own image. In the image God, he created him male and female. He created them. If he created man and woman in his own image, then he created homosexuals, bisexuals, and transgender people too, didn't he?
Well, Claire, my bill is not a religious bill. It is a bill on cultural values. But if you want to go into the Bible, I'll grant you that. Bible says God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. He says, for this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cling to his wife. It didn't say cling to another man. And so if you want to read the Bible, don't read just one part of it. We can read the Bible and go explicitly. Again, the same Bible tells us that God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of homosexuality. So when you want to quote the Bible to support homosexuality, let's be very clear.
Well, I'm not doing that. I'm merely testing your arguments out, as millions of people listening to this around the world would do in my position too. That's why.
Thank you very much for listening. You could see that the BBC news lady, was actually trying to cover up and was pressing on some points. And our own Sam George said that, Charlie, whatever you are saying, if you want to quote it, quote it well. And he has his point. Like I said, Sam George is not against LGBTQIA2s+. He's actually against establishing it in our culture. And that is where people get him wrong as well. And let's start with this audio that we heard, or visual that we actually had. I will ask each party what will be your point on it. And please, just bring up your point, back it, and then we move to the opposite party, and then we come back to your partner, and that is how we are going to go. So Glory, Cynthia, or Sarinkuye says, good evening. Cynthia, welcome to the program. Thanks for watching. Help us invite other people to also come and follow up. So I wouldn't be biased by choosing a side, but anybody who starts, that party has started.
Okay. Since I'm on the top left here, I think I'll start this. And you said we have 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
Try and make it as short as possible. Looking at just what Pamela said, when it comes to Ghana, political, we have the NDC and the NPP. But then when it comes to this particular bill, it looks like he is really against it. And majority of Ghanaians support him on this. Sam George, as we know him, is that kind of he talks anyhow. I mean, he talks with that kind of audacity and stuff. Sometimes people in opposition are like, "Oh, this guy is this guy is that." But on this stand, I really support him. I support his agenda. But if you have looked at most of the interviews that they've conducted, right from CNN, one Kenyan guy who was interviewed. In fact, he really gave it to him straight up. That no, God created, you are even quoting Bible. He said God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. You see, it should even tell you that right from the beginning, if God wanted the family system to be man and woman, probably there wouldn't have even been Adam and Eve being created.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also make this saying that even the snake, which is a male snake, was attracted to Eve, who is a female. Why didn't he go to Adam? So that tells you that there is something that occurs when a man and woman is like when we come together. When we come to sexual preferences, from creation, from day one, God has not made it that a man and a man should be together. It's a bit so disgusting when you see like a man is like, I'm attracted to a man. I mean, in what way? How would you be attracted to your fellow man? You see, for the family systems, it has always been a man and a woman. And all creation for us, everybody, when you ask the person, like, what's your familiar stand? You mention your mother's name. You mention your father's name. Probably your siblings. I don't know how the homosexuals, they term themselves. Probably you've adopted somebody. So the child is going to say, this is my father, my male father and my male child, male mother. Or I mean, how do you even put it? Aren't we going to confuse the kids that they say they have rights, and if they won't give birth, they are going to adopt? We should give birth for you to adopt. Adopt for the child to say, oh, my father is a homosexual, my mother is a homosexual partner of how. It's like we are confusing, as I've always said, this LGBT thing, they would just want numbers so that they have a voice. And in Africa and Ghana especially, we can't accept this bill. We can't give you that kind of right. Because in the first place, you don't even have that right. It's your sexual preference. If you think that is good for you, do it in your own quiet place. But don't come and infiltrate society with this diabolic act. In fact, we will not allow that. Let me end here.
Very much. So let's go to the opposition. I'll say on that part, whoever starts, some of your team.
I think that to me personally, sorry, my kids are around, so
no problem.
The point is that those in Ghana, they don't want marriages. They just want to live their lives in peace. Who has the right to live and who has no right to live? Everybody has a right to live. So I don't know why they want to stretch on the matter that and adoption is even out of the box for now. Marriage is out of the box for now. That is not the issue. The issue is, let me live my life no matter how I am, no matter who I am, no matter who I am with. Who I am with and what I do with my body is my own business at the end of the day. Everybody is under the law in Ghana. So no one is above the law in Ghana to take justice or the law into their own hands. Those people are going through so much in Ghana right now. They are being molested. That is against the law. And even being molested or being abused physically, when they get to the police station, even the policeman will abuse the person, and that is their rights they are fighting for. Everybody, every single human being Even animals have the right to live a free life. Even here in Germany, you don't have the right to hit a dog. You'll be punished for that. So how much more a human being that has chosen to live with the same sex, or has chosen a different sexuality? So everybody has the rights. Nobody's talking about this adoption and all of that. And to Sister Constance's question, here in Germany, it's something Germans will say "gang und Gebe." When you have two dads, you just, when they ask you, you say you're a rainbow baby. You have two dads. You have two moms. It has become something normal. Yes, children in the from the first to the fourth grade say, yeah, I have two daddies, and they present them because they're also human beings. So the simple point is that let's just live our lives the way we want it, without being abused or molested or anything of that sort. And the Bible thing, the Bible, over the generations, things have changed so much that nowadays we even have Bibles on our phones. So if we want to keep to all these things and Sodom and Gomorrah and all this, then nobody should use a phone, the Bible on the phone. Nobody should use any technology, because at that time there were no such things. IVF, nobody should do IVF because in the beginning God created a man and yes, yeah, God created man and woman to give birth naturally.
Your
so
time.
then nobody, so no,
Thank you very much. Your time.
Okay, I'll stop there. Yes.
Yes. So, Kadio, give us your point. I think you're on mute, right? Okay. Yes, free to go.
Yeah. Actually, we shouldn't. This is a very crucial issue we are talking about. So we should consider one fact, and one fact here is the bill has already been voted and applied here in Europe. So I'm not going to emphasize on the European side, because I am not an European. So I am going to emphasize on where I belong to. That is the African side. Yeah. So to join my colleague, let's before everything, let's consider one thing here. Let's consider the law of nature. Before we even go into it, let's consider the law of nature. Everything has been made two, but the way it has been made in a sense whereby one is always opposite to the other. That is, we always have a male and a female. Now let's go far. Let's go a little bit deep into it. Even animals, you will never see an animal, let me say, a dog sleeping with a chimpanzee. No. We always see a dog sleeping with a dog. And a dog even sleeping with you will not even see a dog male going with a dog male. I think we should, before we even go deep into it, let's consider the law of nature. We are not even talking about Christianity. We will later go into that. But I want us to consider the first fact. The first fact here is, let's consider nature itself. Everything that was made on this earth was made opposite and negative. That is the male and the female. So there is nothing like accepting two negative things together and say it is good, or accepting two positive things together and it is not working. Nature never made it like this. What nature made was a female and a male. Even when you take birds fly in the sky, let's take even the birds, you will never see an eagle flying with these small birds. They all have their races. So why do we want to consider what the Western are saying and imply what they are saying in our origin? I am sorry. We have to go under what has been said from nature. Nature is saying it should be a man and a female. Nature is saying a dog should go with a female dog. Nature is saying a pig should go with a female pig. So we cannot jump from what nature is saying. Yeah, we are not talking about religious. We are talking about what nature is saying in general. What nature is saying is like you cannot. It is even difficult to understand this. I don't know how people see it, but to me, I think there is something wrong with humanity today. There is something wrong with humanity because, as I said, we wouldn't go into the Bible, but I'm just opening a bracket. This has happened in the time whereby I don't know, but the people of God, they all spoke one language. So they were trying to do something that was against.
Thank you very much. Your 5 minutes is up.
Okay.
Bless you for that. I'm loving you guys today. Mecca.
Well, each one of us have said a lot, but the BBC reporter quoted the Bible, and Sam George also was all about the Bible. So let me also start with the Bible. Now, when we go to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9, the heart of man plans his own way, but the Lord establishes his steps. So, who is establishing the steps of these our brothers and sisters under the rainbow? Now, I am not ending there. Joshua chapter 24, verse 15. It says that, and if it is evil in your eyes to serve the Lord, choose this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your fathers served in the region beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Now, this is
preach, brother.
Thank you. God bless you. This is all about free will. Free will. Joshua didn't tell them that because they didn't serve God, they are evil, or they are demonic, or they are against nature, or they are, I don't know, they are all against the world or something, just because there is we perceive as they are too negative, right? But Joshua said, what you see in your eyes, do it. But as for him, what he thinks is best for him is to serve the Lord. That is in his own way. So if there are certain people who thinks that this is our own way and this is how we want to go about it, who is the judge? Nobody can judge. I mean, like the first verse that I read, it says that the heart of the man will plan his own way, but the his steps are established by who? By the Lord himself. So he didn't say that the heart of the righteous man, or the heart of Christians, or the heart of he was never specific. But it says, the Bible says that the heart of a man, the heart of a man, which means that it is in general, is the heart of a man plans his own way, but the steps, which means the choice he or she makes, is what is being established by the Lord himself. So God knows the reason why he has asked these people to have this kind of life. So who are we to make such a point that what they are doing is against nature, when the Lord himself established their steps? I mean, let's not be let's be real and not be so critical about certain things. This is life, this is nature, this is what we have come to live in this world. God had the chance to kill every homosexual, but he decided to leave them. So you, man, what can you do to them? The Lord himself, who created man, created these homosexuals. He could have killed all of them, but yet he left them to live. So who are you to tell them that
Thank you
what
very
they
much.
is
Thank you
wrong?
for your point. So before you people descend and ascend on each other,
Yes,
let me
yes.
quickly
I'm
read
really
the
boiling
comments.
up.
Yes, let me quickly read the comments that are here. And also, I have questions to each and every one of you due to the points you made. Right? So, first of all, sunshine in the rain. I said, then we all can do evil and mischief thinking and knowing God will judge at the end of the day. The second one is the heart of man is desperately wicked. Yes, that is why God allowed rulers over us to have law governing us to ban and banish evildoers. That is what Sunshine in the Rain is saying. Yes, that means if we have the free will, yeah, then we can do anything. And if God loves us, then Sodom and Gomorrah, then there was a mistake. That is what Sunshine is trying to put there. It's Sunshine, no Sunshine. I think you know what they are saying. So let me go to Constance. Constance said that, quoted Sam George and said that, yeah, created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, will be confused. My question here is, why don't we want, or can't we accept that of the, let's say, the Western world? Why am I asking that question? Let me quote Abraham Ben Moshe. He said that when they brought their whatever, we took it, the religion, even up to curling our hair and trying to put it down to look like the white man. So why is it that we can't accept this one? That is the first question. That is for Constance directly. Why can't we? Why don't we want to accept?
Yeah, we can't, because even though we accept certain laws or certain rules from our former governors or our former, those who used to control us, but this time around we are no more under slave trade. We are no more under slavery. This time we are a sovereign nation. We have our independence. We have our own set of rules. Even though as a sovereign nation, we also join other nations, as in the United Nations. There are things that we do in common. But fine, they could have come to convince us with Christianity. We've accepted it. At least it's shaping a bit of the morality in our society. You see, we've accepted it. There are some things they bring in on to us, like IMF rules. When you go for money, you go and borrow money, they give you restrictions. You can't employ these so and so people. This is how you are supposed to manage your affairs. Fine, we take it. But for you to also bring in this bill or this law, we can't. Fine,
that means we are not independent after all, because if there is a part of something that they restrict us who to employ and not to employ and how to go about it, that means somebody is still controlling us.
In some way, for Africa, that's why we always say that we are always the underdog. But things are changing. If only we can, Africa is very powerful. Because of the language barrier, the various ethnicity and things, that is why we are not uniting to take things into our own hands, do our own things our own way. That's why we leave everything we are chasing the white man, everything we are chasing the white man. Look at us in diaspora. Most of us with various degrees and masters, but you come here, you do our job. Just because certain things are not really right in our home country. But that doesn't mean the fact that you are controlling us in all this way, we have to accept every nonsense that you bring to us.
Thank you.
And I think this thing is a wake-up call to us as Africans. Our culture, we value our culture and our traditions, and we will not just accept anything contrary to what our culture and our traditions really bind us to.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for answering that question. The next one goes to Rosie. You have been talking about free to live, the rights, rainbow babies. So my question is, so why don't you do it and stop needing the attention? You understand? Since you want the free life, you want to do everything, why don't you just go ahead and do your thing? Why do you need the attention of someone or the approval? Let me put it that way.
As our brother Mekon said last week, we don't need anybody's attention. We don't need anybody's opinion, but we need to get our rights, accordingly, like the way a normal couple have their rights. That's the rights that we want. We are not looking for any attention. We are doing our stuffs already. But the problem is you guys are giving us unnecessary attention that you start bullying us, you start abusing us physically, to the extent that some people even kidnap people even kidnap and all of these stuffs. So we are not asking for any attention. We are doing our stuffs already, but you guys are having a problem with it. And you having a problem with it, fight with your phone at home, or go and fight with your mother at home, but leave me in peace. Let me live my life. When I'm passing by, don't be calling me names. Don't try to hit me. Don't spit on me. Don't try to kidnap me. Just don't touch me, and don't video me with your phone simply because I'm living a different life from yours.
Okay,
That's it.
my last question to that, it adds up. So since you want to pass by freely, you want to do all these things, right? And you don't want any attention. And I think somebody, because there's something called the anti-authoritarian upbringing or lifestyle, that is you not restricting me and allowing me to live my free life by doing my free, having my free choice and doing my free thing. That is the anti-authoritarian thing. So in this case, don't you think that since you have the free choice of living and passing by, I also have the free choice of slapping you and kidnapping you?
Why do we have the law then?
That is it. That is why we are trying, because it all leads to the law.
Yeah, and that's exactly the thing, because you cannot. We are all living our free lives. That is to our individual bodies and to the ones that choose to live that life with us. And that is why the law is there, and that is why we are fighting for the rights, because you don't have the right to do anything to me that I don't like. That is why Sadomaso people, SM people, they meet in their circle. But as long as you're out of that circle, you don't have any right to hit me. If, for example, Cardio and I, we are into SM, and he during all these sexual activities, he hits me and all of that, I'm okay with it. But you, for example, you, minister, you are not in that act, and you come to hit me, it is a crime. Because it's against my will. And what these people are doing are against our will.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we are trying to do is to have clarification here and also understand why our parties, or let's say the people on this platform, the pros and the cons, are trying to say all these things that you are saying. Let me go to Cardio. Gentlemen, how are you? Let me ask this question. You say that, there are to be accepted, or the law of nature. Thank you very much. So if there's a law of nature, means things are picking up naturally, right? So if I naturally don't feel like engaging with a woman as a man, is it not also the law of nature? Wait, I think you're mute.
Yeah,
Yes.
you've muted my mic.
Yes.
Okay, I think now my mic is open. Okay. Thanks for the question you just asked me. But would there be a moment whereby we will need to reply to some of the things our colleague said? Because
Sure. Immediately we are done with the questions. Like I said, you can descend and ascend on each other since we are
okay. That one too. I'm really waiting for that. Okay, so let me come to the question you've asked me. Actually, when we talk of law of nature, you see, nature has made everything beautiful. You see, from the moment whereby you go against, what I'm saying is, when you go against nature, it is immoral. Let me use the word, it is immoral. Because when you are asking me, you are a man, nature made you a man. And you stand one day, you say, no, yeah, we are no more talking about nature, but we are talking about your own conscience tells you, I am not a man, I am a woman. Automatically, that you are going against the law of nature. Because nature saw that bringing you on earth as a man will benefit earth. So why should you go against nature? Saying telling nature now, I want to be a woman. It is immoral. It is even a lack of respect to humanity. Nature itself. That is what I said. I wouldn't consider the fact of Christianity now. That's what I wanted to answer Mekon. But for the meantime, I'm waiting. I will go to him later. But let me go to my point. The point is, the law of nature is clear. Nature made me Kadu. Nature made me a man. Gave me all what I have. Because nature knew, give me this, will bring something positive on this earth. So why should my conscience tell me now? No, what nature gave me makes me feel, no, I feel like I'm a woman. I need to have breasts. No, I need to walk like them. It is immoral.
Makadio, let me ask you, is our feelings not natural?
Come again?
Are feelings not natural? Because we are talking of the law of nature and what I feel. You know, there's a saying, I think, if it's not from Einstein, there's one of them. He says that because I think I am. So since I'm thinking and I'm feeling, that is what nature is telling me.
Feelings, thank you. Feelings comes from the heart. Feelings comes from the heart. And what says the heart is what is going to be what? What is going to be prepared into the brain and comes out. But here we are not talking about feeling. We are talking about what nature gave you. That is what I'm saying. We shouldn't jump into conclusion. Me, I'm still on it. Nature said, Derek, you must come on this earth as a man. And as a matter of fact, at a certain moment in your age, you wouldn't have any hair again.
I'll catch you. I'll catch you.
You see, just to laugh with it, but to say nature, there are some things in nature you can't change. Some things of nature is you can't change it. Example, I came on earth. The way I came on, and maybe I came on earth without these ears. God gave me only one. That is nature. So there is no way you can come and implant. Maybe you can implant something artificial, but nature brought you on earth with one. People came on earth with that hearing. That is nature. But when you are talking of feeling comes from the heart. I am not talking about feeling. I am talking about the immoral that comes into nature. I am a man. Why do I want to be a woman? It is immoral. It goes against the law of nature. This is what I can say to reply your question.
Thank you very much. Now, my last question, so that, like I said, you guys can start descending and ascending. Immediately, I was coming to Malcolm. His internet is doing. Okay, since Rosie is still with Malcolm, I'll ask you this question. We are talking about Joshua saying that serve what you want. That means you are free to go as you want. Okay, I think Malcolm is here. Just a moment. Yes. Okay. So let me change. Okay. Good. So you were talking about Joshua saying that serve what you want. As for me, so it's a personal decision, right? And then I think that we will plan our own ways, and then God will back it for us. Good. So if we plan our own ways, and I think it goes actually to the previous question as well, and we want to serve what we want, that means every human being has the freedom to do what he or she wants. So last week you were talking about people going to work and they've been denied their work and stuff because they are LGBTQIA2s plus. And so are these people also not allowed to serve what they want, as well as also have the free will to go their own way and be backed by God? And that's because they are the majority until they don't have a free will.
This is a rhetorical. It's a question that answers itself. At the end of the day, I come with my qualification. I am qualified for the job. if you deny me the job application, if you deny my application, there should be a reason why you deny the application. If I am overqualified, what reason you give me as the reason why you denied me the job? I am also asking a question.
Oh, sorry.
So there are times when no reason is given at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if there are times when no reason is given at all, then it definitely there couldn't be a time where there is no reason given. Maybe they won't give a reason, but there is actually a reason as to why the application was denied. And it could be two things, either personal or it could be something that is related to the job.
Okay.
It could be that you went for the interview and then probably you didn't pass your interview. That one is there. And it could also be that the manager or the HR has a personal issue with you. That one is also there. And then it could also be that there are very few places left or very few vacancies left and they have all been occupied. If you tell me that the vacancies have been occupied, I think that one I will believe. But if I come with my qualification, I am fully qualified, I am dressed properly, I passed my interview, there were no questions, and you tell me that because of my sexual orientation or because of the way I talk, which is very common in Africa, because of the way you talk or because of the way you dress, because of the way you walked, because of that, we are denying you the job, which is very common. Because in Africa, most bosses don't respect their subordinates. So they will tell it to your face, after all, the job is for him, the firm is for him, not for you. So they can just say anything they want to you and just go their way. You understand? That was what I am talking about.
Okay. So, I get the point. So that means you are talking about, if my attitude is not fitting to you and you use that as an excuse, not my qualification or anything. And you yourself said that it has been there, right? In Africa, we know that our bosses are this. Why is it that there has been nothing that people have been doing against it, but suddenly, because it's let me use the word, a group of people, now it has become an issue? Secondly, since you said that, because I don't believe that, I don't know, any boss would be like, hey, Koko, so go, but they'll tell you, okay, we don't need people anymore. Now, the person has just told you why, whether you are qualified or not. Number one, we are talking about freedom of choice, please. The freedom of choice. And the freedom of choice, it's my company, right? And my company, I have a group of people, I want them to work for me. Everybody should wear a suit with tie, with this shoe, comb your hair. And that happened in Europe because it was up to a certain time. German police, you don't dare come with a tattoo. They will not take you. You don't dare be a foreigner. They will not take you. You get it? So these are normal incidents that is happening everywhere, that they will say that this is the kind of people. Now you come with your swag, we a hip hop, you came, you're LGBTQIA2s, I won't pick you. Boom! Suddenly, because there is a tag on this, it has become an issue. So my last question, so that you guys can interact, is why is my freedom different from your freedom?
Can I come in shortly for you, Mekon?
Very shortly.
Yes.
I want
yeah, the thing that you mentioned, it's his company. Yes, he can do whatever he wants with it, but he has no right. It goes against the human rights to tell me that because the way you are looking, I won't take you. It's called discrimination, and you can go to court with it. A lot of people are going to court with it, mostly those that are sickless, those sick people, because it's some bosses will say, yeah, because you are behindered, we will not take you. It's against the human right. It's discrimination, and that is not allowed.
Thank you very much.
Can I come in?
That's my question. And now, I think I'll open the floor so that each and everyone can interact with whoever question. Until then, no commercial break. I have to read the comments. So, let's start with Sunshine in the Rain. Rosie, a normal couple never struggle to have their rights.
Good.
So they fight for it because they are not normal? Why don't they start raping their mom, sister, and kids since they find every sexual activity as normal? Okay, as normal, sure. And they are being maltreated in the society because they are introducing innocent people into their nonsense. How can an evil conduct be accepted? Let me finish. You guys, like I said, you can just go on, but just notice everyone has just 5 minutes. And when it's a direct question, let's minimize it to 3 minutes. Why? Okay, since man is not necessary, why do they act in view man and man needing a penis and a hole to enjoy? Okay, they need not to have the opposite sex figure to enjoy their sex life. Okay, so the last one I'll say feelings, Anna. I think so.
So the question was to me, right?
I think the first one, right? Yes, but then before we go in, okay, you come in and make cardio, and like I said, you can interact anyhow, Esma.
Okay. To the question, why are they fighting for their rights and for them introducing it to innocent people? There's nothing being introduced to anybody. Just because I have a male partner and people are seeing it doesn't mean I'm introducing it to them. When you ask me, what is this you are doing? Why are you together with a male? I have every right to answer that question because he asked me. He wanted to know, and I'm not responsible for his nosy character. If you want to know, I will tell you. But simply because normal couples are also then introducing their lifestyle to people because they are working hand in hand, meaning we're all introducing ourselves. Those with piercings are also introducing. Those that are also introducing, meaning that anything you do, you are introducing it to people. Just because people ask or people want to find out more does not mean that simply because I am answering their question or I am informing them about it because they want to know, doesn't mean that it's in a bad way and we should be maltreated for that. There is no reason for maltreating. As women always say, it's cheating is a matter of choice. Maltreating is also a matter of choice, and no one has the right to maltreat anybody, no matter what. So that's what I want to add to her question.
Can I come in?
Yes, please.
Okay, before I go to what she said, let me go on the previous topic that they were talking about me having my company. You have your qualification and you come in my company. Now let's look at something so simple. You have your qualification. I agree with your qualification. You come to my company. I see on your certificate, I am called Miss Genevieve, whereby I see your face with PM mustache, and you say you are called Miss Genevieve. How do you want me to take in my company? You have beard, you have mustache, you have this apple of something, and you say we call you Miss Genevieve. I will sack you. Take me to any law. It's my company. And in my company, somebody with beard and mustache cannot be called Miss Genevieve. You can't be called Miss Mariam.
No. I mean, who sets the law? There are laws in every country, and there are laws governing every firm, or there are laws governing every public office. So you don't have any right to set laws for your company, whereas there are general laws governing every company. That is why.
Just to that, even though they are major laws, we also have rules and regulations.
Thank you.
That each individual you have to abide by, and that one differ from one company to the other. For me, in my company, the general laws are there. I need to pay you. You work for this so and so hours. I need to pay you. But then I also require so and so from you. But you came. Your name is this. The person I'm seeing is another gender, and I said I don't want this because of so and so.
Can
I'm
we?
not beating
But
you.
But
I am not being.
that is why we have a business language. There is a lucrative way you can say
Mhm.
something to someone. You can say to someone that person is dumb, but in a different way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
without
Mhm.
insulting that person, without attacking that person personally.
Yeah.
So that's why
And,
we have business
But I
language.
think that when you are saying the truth to someone, it's not an insult to. Probably you came, you said your name is it, but what I am seeing with my eyes is something also different. And I'm making it plain to you that, well, you say you are this, but looking at you. Let me just give a clear example of when Caster Semenya was going for the Olympics. A lot of people, they say she's female, but looking at her strength, her body, a lot of people were saying that this is a male. But then she came, she said she won all the medals. 3 years later, she has really come. She said she's now a male because she was having like a penis, but she was shy to really come out. You see, and all the awards that she took, it has to be withdrawn because you were a male and you came in as a female. So you have deceived the whole world. Now all that
That
you
is
got,
it.
the medals and everything, has been withdrawn. Assuming when they went for the doping test and other things, you really come out and say, "Oh, fine, genetically, I have both sexes, but I prefer being this because one is dominant over the other." We understand, but when you deceive us, people are seeing this and you are deceiving us. That is where the challenge comes. There was a heated debate about that lady when during the Olympic Games. And later, a lot of people were proven right because it's like you are trying to hide your gender from us. You really want to be specified that this gender, this is you, so that we know where to place you. But if you come in with a different thing, today you are this, you are that, you are just confusing the whole world.
but
That,
we
that,
all
that, that is it.
there
If
are
I should
there are
point,
certain women who looks exactly like men. They grow beards, they grow mustache, they grow
Mhm.
everything, and their body is also stiff like that. So if I come to your office and I'm looking like that, there are also men, or let's say males, who look very much like females with a very soft skin and all that. So now a male comes to you with such skin and then sits in front of you and he says he's a mister, and you look at him and say, what shows that you are a mister? I won't give you the job just because you personally with your eyes what you see is what you described. Are you not discriminating? And if at the end of the day you find out that that person was truly a male and not a female, what are you going to do? Are you going to say sorry? Are you going to pay for damages? These are all of the things that we are trying to bring under control. That is why this bill has to be passed. That is why the LGBTQ plus they need the freedom, because when they get the freedom, all of this unnecessary discrimination, they will all be catered. Look at in the United States, blacks were being abused just like that. There are blacks who are constable. There are blacks who hold very high positions. They were fighting for their right. Nobody said anything. They thought, oh, they were just making noise. Just recently, a mayor, I think he was a mayor for, I forgotten the state, one of the small counties. He was abused whilst he was trying to enter parliament. They had this thing they were going. He was abused in there before they, just because he was black, before they realized that no, this guy is a mayor. You see, these are all the discrepancies we are trying to bring under control, because if they had truly taken care of these black lives matter, the rights of blacks, if they had truly taken care of these things, probably they would have first looked at him as a human being first before they consider his color. But just because they don't regard blacks, they don't have any respect for blacks, they had to abuse him first before they realize that no, he is rather the mayor of that county. So you could imagine what could be going through this guy's mind immediately after he is released. He is also going to fight for the rights of these blacks. You understand? But then when it came, when all these arguments were going on, most of them were quiet. Why? Because they were higher positions and they don't care what happens to those who are down there. You see, so these are the things we are talking about. Probably you might have a family member who is a female but looks like a male with a strong body due to, let's say, maybe probably nutrition and all those kind of stuff. He might go somewhere and will be abused just because of the way
But you see, when you look at the general population, there is just a few who have that kind of. There are not so
those
many.
people are also human. They also deserve
Oh
to.
yeah, and there
have
are
rights.
corrections. That's what I'm saying. Medically, there are corrections. Where there are exceptions, where somebody looks like this, where somebody has two genitals, one always dominates the other. That doesn't mean fine, we will laugh at you, we might do this. Oh, yeah, for you, sometimes you see a guy, you think, hey, he's a lady. You might have certain features. That is why medically we have advanced in medicine. Every time God created you, male, female, but genetically, those ones, it's not even God who created you. It's genetically that is wrong somewhere. But God has given us the brains that when something of this nature occurs, this is what you can do to correct it. That one you don't even need any right to something. You already it's just something like a malfunction. One part because everybody, whether male or female, you have both genes within you. Just that one dominates the other. Sometimes they compete with each other. So when we get to that level, we can still work on it. But always my problem is it's the gay people. It should just be them. They are just bringing these people to confuse us. The main thing is the gay lesbian. Even lesbians don't even make so much money because they go there with their sex toys and all other things. But for the gays, they know that what they are doing is very, very, very wrong. It's very, very. They are the most. So they are trying to bring all these people. Oh, okay. Have you considered yourself that if you are transgender, you are what? They are forcing you to be that way because they know it's just a few sex toys.
You don't have a proof that it's the gays who are doing that. So you can't use that as a point. You don't have a proof. You are just saying it. Now let's even talk about Anaya Boa, Kumawood actor Anaya Boa. If he talks about the number of abuses or the instances he has been abused just because of the way
he himself is already prepared. You can't go and talk to Nana Yebo and go free. He himself, he says you. If I want you say you can't.
But is it normal?
No,
please. Is it normal? Is it normal for anybody to go through that?
We are changing the debate. We are changing the debate into something, into abuse. Please, we shouldn't go there. Let's focus.
We are not changing the debate into abuse.
You've spoken a lot. We have to also speak. That is what I said. If we change the debate, we go into something else. You're getting it? Because Mekun just mentioned something. And let's clarify what you just mentioned. We should differentiate between somebody that in nature made him. We have some men, as he said. I have worked with people. When you see them, they look like women.
Yeah.
But you know they are men. It's different from somebody that will come to your office. Somebody has come to your office. It is written on the CV, gender, woman or female. It is written on his CV, gender, female. But I can see the guy sitting in front of me. It's not a matter of what should I see? No, the thing is, I can see you in front of me. You are not a woman, but you are telling me your gender is you are female. So automatically, even if you are qualified for the job, automatically I will use the professional way to tell you. For the meantime, we have no vacancy. But if there are vacancies, you will be called. But initially, I know that the person who is coming may either come and influence the other workers. That is what I say, let's focalize on what? Me, I am an African, so I wouldn't talk about what is happening in America. I am talking about me being an African. And me being an African, I have a culture to defend. I have a culture to defend. The children coming must be like those our grandparents. I cannot teach my son that being gay is good, or teaching my daughter that being lesbian is good. I can't do that because it is against my culture. I am not talking about any European here. I am talking about me being a Ghanaian and being an African. That is what I say. We shouldn't change the debate. You people, we are going to abuse. We are not talking about this abuse. We are saying, I and my colleague Constance are saying now, it is immoral.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Africa, this must be eradicated. I am using the word eradicated once and for all.
Right.
Because it is not part of our culture.
That is it, yeah.
It is not part of our culture. If they should abuse the mayor in America, I am sorry for him that he has been abused. But that bill has already been voted there. They passed the law there. The law has been passed in Africa.
Yeah. Just a simple question. Can this LGBT, can they go establish in Middle East, in any of the Arab countries?
Thank you.
Those in the Middle East, they do it a lot.
I'm saying, can they go and establish there?
The
Arab countries where Sharia law,
every country is
they
different.
have not even been
Sister
able
Constance.
to even tamper with their Sharia law.
Every country is different. Every country has the choice to do it or not. Now it's about Ghana. Ghana won those LGBTQs. They want to set their boundaries right, or their human rights before them. So when it's time for them to do it, they will deal with it in their own way. They will deal with it in their own way. But in Ghana, we're talking about Ghana right now and the LGBTQ thing.
Very good.
The thing is, as our brother Kadi is saying, it has to be eradicated and everything, it's because you think or you feel it's against your culture, but allowing them to live their lives freely will also help a lot of people to stop these undercover raping of, because there have been cases that I've been listening to. A father, because he's gay and he cannot come out, he was raping his 8-month-old son and his 2-year-old son. Imagine that. And so in case they accepted that they can live their free lives, don't you think that these rape cases of little innocent children would have been stopped? Don't you think that this legalization of a thing would stop a lot of undercover abuse and rape? Don't you think that? All these things come together to help stop raping all these little children, all of these things, because they are not allowed to live their free lives because they know they will be treated bad and abused. And imagine a video coming up that two men were having sex in their car. People took their rights to video them. That is against the law. Pulling them out, that is another crime. Number 3, beating them, that is another crime.
And
this legalization
that we are talking about.
And that is the abuse that we are talking about. It is going on in Ghana, and they published it without anyone doing anything about it. And it has traveled all the way to Europe, that it's all over the place. So this legalization will help stop all these things, and that raping of little children and killing them or giving them money or threatening them not to speak it out because this and that will happen, and even wives covering up for their husbands because of this so-called culture, and a woman needs to stick to the man because of the children and all of these things. Women are covering up for their husbands raping their children. because of this legalization stuff. You need to consider all of these things and stop culture.
Rosie, please, please listen here. On what you are talking about, this abuse, all the abuse you are talking of. Let me just give you an example. Just a very simple example. I studied in Ivory Coast. In Ivory Coast, we don't lash any student. The cane, we never use the cane to touch any student. When I was a student in Ivory Coast, and I was so bad, like I was one of the worst students I can say in my family. Let me use the word, I was so stupid when it comes to school.
Oh, I don't believe.
No, I'm coming. I'm making my point. Because we have this leftover, like we can do anything we like in our schools in Ivory Coast. And my parents took me off from Ivory Coast and they took me to Ghana. When I came to Ghana, what happened? I thought I was in Ivory Coast. So I was bringing that negative behavior and attitude of Ivory Coast in my school in Ghana. That was why, one, I don't wake up early to go to school. I was in the boarding house. So I thought I could wake up at any moment and go to school. Before I realized, they started lashing me seriously. Something that I never saw. It was my first time to see how they could shape somebody in front of me. I was so afraid. I was so afraid in my body. Believe me, we have to go for morning school at 6. Morning, what do you call it? You have to go in the morning for these prayers before we go to class. 3 o'clock, like I'm already dressed. I'm already out. I had that fear in me that you are going to use that thing to touch me. Why am I saying this? I am using an example to let you know that it is something that is against our law. It is against our law. There is no law in Ghana stipulating that gays can go and sleep together in a car. Lesbians can go and be in a car and use turtles or those, I don't know their names, they have been using to, I don't even want to know the names.
Vibrator.
Okay, vibrator. I don't know if it is a phone or it is what, I don't know.
Dildo. Vibrator.
There are no laws in our country saying a gay. Listen to me very well. There are no law. When people are talking about, we should give them their right. Their right is based on which law? There is no law for these people.
Yeah.
They are human beings, we understand. And I respect their personalities as human beings. But the act in which they are going is what we are against. Because it is not part of our law. It is not part of our constitution. And it is not part of our culture.
Thank you, Daniel.
It's
just
not
a moment, please. Let me quickly read the comment because they'll be coming up a lot. And then we have a very balanced guest with us. She can go here and go there at here because already more cannot say. So so let me quickly read this one. Yes. True. But we can't change it now because this world is no longer normal. And then my own brother Alot or says eradicating no that word na kicking or so what you say. Then we have Gloria says that I still imagine how we Africans celebrate the birth of a male child. And at the end of the day, the child will say he is a man, woman.
Imagine.
And then I think this one, legalizing it in Africa will destroy a lot of our youth because our youth only copy bad things.
Yes, it's true.
And then Glory says that, Rosie, I disagree. Even if it's legalized, this bad thing will still continue, talking about the man. And I also have a short opinion on that. Though it would only help to be open with their sexual life. Now, we are gay, go and rape another man. Why a child? Grace says that, hi, Grace. The devil is a liar. I say the devil is a liar. So, Glory continues saying, legalizing will be good for, wait. I read something, legalizing will destroy. Now, legalizing will be good for those of them because they will no longer hide their sexual status. Okay, okay. Yes, so this topic is so controversial and so confusing. You see, we go here, we come here. So
Yeah.
now, let me just introduce this beautiful lady I've been following, I've been stalking, I've been LGBTing, and she's right here. She goes in the name of Empress. Empress, welcome to our
Hey.
beautiful discussion. I
Hello.
think you're mute. Wait, let me see if
Yeah,
I
me-
mute you.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. Hello, everybody.
yeah,
Hello.
Yes.
welcome aboard.
I could see you were hitting some point to be, and this question kind of came, and I'll say, who is bringing them to confuse us?
Yeah,
So please,
I think
uh,
Constance
yeah.
was saying something that they are bringing the gay people to confuse us. And my question was, who is bringing them to confuse us?
So talking about the gays joining with the other group. You see, we have the lesbian, gay, transgender, bisexual. You know, those groups. It looks like they are not even a group that should join part of the gays because it looks like their agenda is different. Gay is gay. All he wants is a man to sort of put his dick in somebody's anus. You see, that is him. Lesbians, two females. But when you talk about somebody who is a transgender, he is like, I'm a man, but I feel I'm a woman. Now I'm going to change, you know. And then the bisexual and other things, they have different sexual, but they are like, I'm myself. You see, so I see it as those gays and lesbians, they shouldn't have even joined with the other people because it's like they just want the numbers. They just want to be seen, but because they are just they are bringing the attention of other those with a bit of sexual orientation that is not so good, but people can't really come out. They are adding it to themselves. The main people are these people, those who are who have both male and female organs.
Okay.
Yeah, like we call them hermaphrodites. You know, it's just a genetical disorder that can be corrected. You don't even add them to the gay group.
A moment,
Just
how will you correct it? How will you correct them if they are having both genders?
yeah, for them,
How? Like which one
one
would you go
always
for?
dominates the other. That's why I'm saying that it's a genetic disorder. That is why you can see it on the outside without even looking at the genitals. Maybe the person is a man. You can see all the man features.
Okay.
The man features are more, but she is having a vagina with a long, elongated penis. You know, the clitoris area prolongs to form something like a micro penis.
What
But
if
then
that person is also feeling the opposite sex? Like say we can see the appearance. Maybe he or she looks more like a man, but maybe in the inside he or she is feeling like a lady more than the opposite sex.
no, let's say that one, he's already a man. Everything shows he's a man.
Okay,
But then he feels like the one we were talking about, the two souls something.
Two
Is
spirits.
that one? The two spirits. Yeah, for that one, even those that they've added that, I always say that is a mental disorder because there is no way you are a man standing there and you feel at one point, I think I'm a woman, I have to behave like a woman. At one point, I think I'm a man, so I'm competing with some kind of spirit. That means it's like we have to really go into your mind to see what exactly is wrong. Because bipolar, we have schizophrenia. You'll be there, you'll be hallucinating. Certain things will be going through your mind. We have medication to treat it, to stabilize the brain. Because those ones, they are not even gay or lesbian. They are just feeling something within their spirit.
If I understood Sister Empress correctly, I think she was trying to talk about whose physical appearance looks like a male, but then they are females. Or is that not what she was trying to say?
Yes,
Yes, because with those ones, how do you determine if this, without going to check what is underneath there? How do you determine this one is a female? Because in South Africa, there are these lesbians. They have the femi and then the boot. The boot is exactly like a man, and in South Africa you will find a lot. Their breast even much bigger, and you see them with very tough skin. They walk like men, and those ones are the ones that usually plays football. So those ones, how do you determine that this person is a female without physically checking there?
Let me come into support of Constance. You see, it's a debate. It is we are here for a debate, but you people are asking us questions that has really got nothing to do with the debate. We can answer the question. We have no problem. We can answer it. The thing is, the people you are talking of, are they part of the LGBTQ or not? This is what I'm talking about. Are they part or not? We don't want to differentiate who is a woman or who is a man. What the is,
we are all trying to.
Let me end.
Okay.
The debate today is so simple and clear. We are yet to talk about LGBTQ, and we've even forgotten about the plus. The plus is also what we
IA
very good
plus.
You see, we've even left those. I mean, it's a broad topic, you see. But you people are asking questions like, how do we differentiate who is having breast and being a man, who is having a vagina, being a penis, being a woman? No. The question here is, are they all in the same shoe with the LGBT? If they are all in it, I and Constance are saying these people must be eradicated. Please, we shouldn't jump. Me, I don't want to know who is having breast or who is having penis or who is having. What I'm saying is, so far as they belong to this group, their place is not in Africa.
Yes, I think that is the main topic. That is the main topic.
They are in Africa. That's the point. They are there.
Whether or not,
if you don't legalize it, they will still be there.
Very good. That is what we are saying. You see, how are they going to be there? They are going to be there when our leaders will allow them to be there. I was reading something today about Uganda. And Uganda, yeah, I think Uganda and another, I think Nigeria. Uganda they've already arrested over 40. No, Nigeria have already arrested over 43 people. Will you say we are going against their right? We are not going against their right. The thing is that behavior part of the constitution in that country? No.
Okay, can we stop that? How can we
let me
stop
say
that?
something. Yeah? Let me just say something there. What he said. Reasons why they are going against their rights. Now, in every country, each citizen has his own right to liberty. Now, this is how the right to liberty is written.
Okay.
The right to liberty means that people must not be arrested and detained unless provided for by law. Their arrest and detention must also not be arbitrary. This right applies to all forms of detention where people are deprived of their liberty, not just criminal justice process. Now, these people are arrested just because they are having sex. Is this not against the human right?
It's not any type of. Then don't we have sex every day in Ghana?
Thank you,
Did the person rape anybody?
No.
Did the person violate anybody's rights?
It's not acceptable.
It is the kind.
Then dildos and vibrators and all these things should also be
Who
forbidden.
comes to this place? If you have it in your room, who comes to this place?
Who comes
We
to
know
this
you are
place?
being with us. You do your thing. Hide. Every time you do it, you are hiding. So hide.
What we are
They will not hide.
If you come,
why should they hide?
Make it public. Because if you made it public, we are going to treat you the African way of correction.
But they are not having sex in front of people. They're having
Yeah,
sex
that is the
either
thing.
in
That
their
is
car,
the problem.
in
How
their
were they
rooms,
caught?
or wherever.
That
How
is
were
the
they
problem.
caught?
How were they caught?
Because
Please tell us how were they
let me,
caught?
you see, in Ghana, if you want to see Kojo Bisa, look at the way they act.
You see,
You
you
see,
see,
But
you see where you get.
the way they
no,
act
no, no.
And
You
tell you
just
what
come
I have
and
been
hold your
saying.
buttocks. A man touching a man's buttocks in public, it's not acceptable. But probably a man will see a lady, oh, just pat a little. I mean, that is normal. Nobody goes to beat
But
you.
did they harm anybody?
Constance, let's
They
even
didn't harm anybody.
no, Rosie. What we are telling you people, what we want you people to understand, we want you people to understand it. The right that Malcolm was reading right now, he forgot something about the right he was reading. The sex they had, was it a mutual and normal sex? No. Was it?
It was a mutual. When we say mutual is an understanding between two people.
Two
people.
It's about the mutual understanding. They understood themselves.
Are we talking about two people of the same sex?
Not the correct way. That you should even sleep in the anus. No.
Please, that is not the correct way.
But there are even
Miss Constance and Mr. Cardio. That is in your view.
No,
you understand?
No,
where I choose to have sex.
No. It's not in our view. What we are making something clear here. Okay, let's talk about Adam and Eve and the snake. Somebody was making an example. The snake. Why is it that the snake? A snake couldn't even have gone with Adam and went with Eve. Even a snake.
Listen, there is no.
A male snake has been able to identify a female.
A male snake saw that Adam is having an anus. He can't go there.
How did you know? How did you know the sexuality of the snake? Who mentioned the sexuality of the snake?
Exactly.
How did you know whether the snake was a female?
Oh, it's not a female snake.
How did you know?
It is not. You don't change. Michael, don't come and change the topic here. Michael, you want to confuse it. We won't allow you to confuse it.
No, Cardio. There is a thing that even heterosexuals, some of them love having sex in the woman's anus.
Okay.
So and they are straight. They are just straight. Will you also?
And that thing is common now. No, it's very common now.
Will you take them to court? That one you accept it to be normal, but a man having sex with another man in the anus has become a problem. Why is that then a problem? You should be fair. You should be fair about anything that you do. If a hetero can have sex through the anus of a woman and it's accepted, then you should also accept a man to have. Yes, anus is anus. Anus is anus.
Don't come out. It's because people don't come out. Because you, the woman, you have a right.
Anus is not
a
anus.
woman. Not that your husband, you are married, doesn't mean you should let your husband fuck you in the anus. You can report, which is also a crime.
If the woman likes it, there are women that like it, and if she likes it, no one can take anybody to court. And the two men, they like it. That's why they are doing it, and they shouldn't be taken to court because it's their part of their liberty. They are free to do whatever they want. Some people pierce their clitoris. Some people pierce their nipples. Who is taking them to court? Nobody, because it's their own choice. They want to do it. They will pierce 1,000 piercings on their clitoris or on their vaginas, on their anus. Nobody can do anything about it. And that is how nobody can do anything about homosexuals.
Just a short time.
Now, please let me come in. Please let me come in.
Let me quickly. No, I'll let you continue. You'll be the next person. No,
1 minute, please. 1 minute.
1 minute. Pyramid time. 1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute. Let me go. I just wanted to reply to Rosie. Rosie, look, a female. Listen, a female and a woman. They are married. They are in their bedroom. I don't think Mr. is going to force Madam that, please give me your anus. I don't think. This one, I don't think. Madam, if you yourself, you go and give your anus, you can't go and report. That one, nobody is gone there. Please, that's what I say. Anus is not anus. We shouldn't mix anus here. We are not mixing it. Yeah, we are talking about a man.
Your 1 minute is done. Your 1 minute is done.
This man will not allow me to talk. This man will allow me to talk.
I'll say, please don't make anus here. Alon says that constant frame point. I am with you on this one. How can suddenly Uncle Kojo travel and return as Sister Akos? So he can use the same washroom with those of natural birth. Now here comes a question. Glory says that my question is that why would someone feel that he or she is in the wrong body? What causes it? Because I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that is a mental disorder.
I have my own answer to that, but that one will come later. Then Grace says that LGBTQ covers the whole group: cross-dress, drag queen, lesbian, homosexuals, XY. Yes. How can we help these people? Okay. How can we help these people? How do we parents protect our children from being manipulated into such? Because it gives me worries that this world has turned outside down. Okay. Yeah. So she said that since you were talking, she said that please answer my question. Oh. And then just to finish up all the questions or comments, God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Yes. Then we have are there female angels? So Glory said that some women like anus sex. Glory, you are disgracing. You are digressing. Okay, digressing. Sorry. Now you are discussing sexual positions. Okay. So religion makes us understand even the angels looked and saw how
curvaceous.
Sweet and yummy how our women roaming the earth were. So they descended, smashed them really well, and some even procreated. So even angels cry. Sorry to use the word.
Please let me also put this one across quickly. Let me put this one across.
Yeah, I think it was Rosie. So both of you can decide.
Yeah, let me put this one across. So since someone was saying that in the beginning God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Let me also ask this question. After Adam and Eve, they gave birth to Cain and Abel. So how did Cain get a family? Who did he sleep with?
I can answer that. I can answer that. Let me answer that. Please let me
digressing from the topic.
No, that is no. That I think we are not digressing, but I think I can answer this question. You see, in the Bible, what I know from what I was taught in those days, when they were counting, they were not counting the females. Females
but Eve was mentioned in the Bible.
Please, I am coming. You've asked a question. So
I'm just putting in so that you don't forget.
I won't forget.
Because she's the first woman. Simply, they were the first to be
listen. Adam and Eve were the people mentioned in the Bible. However, there were other people in the Bible that were not mentioned. If you want me to put it like this for you to understand.
Please, I don't understand. Why? Because you see, the reason why I'm putting this across is
I understand the question.
You are all trying to make it
just answer the question, because when we go to who was in the Bible and however, that is not our topic today.
Very good. We are deviating. We will be Malcolm, please. Malcolm, look. Malcolm, I think you are trying to make us go somewhere that will not arrange anyone here.
He's defending his point.
No, the point is that he's defending. No, I understand the point is defending.
It's just because you are all basing your arguments on the Bible. That is why I'm also going in there. Because
when I started my argument, I said, for the meantime, I wouldn't go in the Bible. Please, why I don't want to go into the Bible? We should understand that There are so many things to consider in the Bible that I don't deserve to talk over it because I wasn't trained to be a pastor. There are a lot of things I wouldn't know what to explain, so I wouldn't go there. So let's come back to the LGBTQ. Here is the main debate. So I would love for you to ask me a question concerning the topic. The topic is these people. If you ask me, why is it that two men are sleeping together? And this is why I can answer you. But if you ask me about Adam and Eve and those people, I didn't go for Bible school, so I don't know, especially the history there. And I don't want to be cursed, so I won't say anything that I don't know.
Let me come in for the question. Why they feel in the wrong body.
Okay.
Now, number one, and some people have more, some males, let me take males for an example. Some males have more of the female hormones in them. And that hormone, has a higher percentage in their body. So anything that he does from childhood is more of female. His interests develop more into playing with Barbies instead of cars. He admires, it's not even liking, but he admires the dresses of women. I have a son. He has more of the male organs in him. So when he sees me dress well, he likes it, but he does not admire it. And that is where the difference starts. Those boys that are children that have more of the female things, is this testosterone?
Yeah.
I think it's that one that have more of the female things in them. They have more of the admiring it. They want to wear it. They want to see themselves in it. That is how it starts. And it develops the more when the mother starts allowing them to play with Barbies, to live their lives. They buy them tools, these ballerina things. They play with it freely. And that is how it starts developing. And there are some mothers, I know of a Ghanaian guy, that the mother woke the interest of it because she wanted a girl but got a boy. So she allowed him wear his high heels. She bought female dresses, was braiding the hair in a female way with these ribbons of girls, all of these things because she wanted a girl, and that is how it processed itself. Now, that guy developed the interest of wearing female stuffs. He loved then seeing women doing their nails and all of these things. So then that is when he went to school here in Europe, of course. And then he realized that, okay, it's also okay to feel female, to feel or to dress female. And that is how it starts, Sometimes it's a hormonal thing, and sometimes it's a thing that comes with the society. You see these things, you admire it. And that is why sometimes we as parents, the things we say to our children, the way we treat our children also helps a lot to bring them out of these things, or helps them be more comfortable in who they really are. So that's what I can answer to our sister Cynthia, because that is when they grow up, they see that, okay, a woman has a vagina, a woman has breasts. I don't have it. I have a penis. Okay, then I am in the wrong body because the hormones in me are dragging me to female stuff, are dragging me to skirts instead of jeans, are dragging me to a lipstick instead of lip balm for men, so that the dry lips, all of these things. So that is when they feel that they're in the wrong body.
Very much for the explanation. So the last question, I don't know if you are still on with the debate, because it's like I had some points coming up, but Sister Cynthia still wants to know how we can help them. Her thing is that, why do we only descend on them? How can we help them? And let me start by we don't want people. How can we help these people?
You
No,
sometimes
I'm on the we don't.
so okay.
Okay. I would say the way we can help them. I am still emphasizing on the African part. The way we can help our brothers and sisters that have created their family, their group, the only way we can help them is to make them understand. In Africa, we have our rules and we have our cultures, and those things are not part of it. We have to teach them understand. Those things have a whole lot of disadvantages in our societies. We have to make them understand that those things doesn't occur to be normal among ourselves. We have to teach them, make them understand that what their personality, because where the problem is, we should make them understand their personality is not the subject. I love you because you were a man. I love you because you were a man. But I just don't like the act in which you are. And the act in which you are is what we are trying to help you with, because our constitution says this, the law says this. 63% of our population let me use Ghana, are Christian. Over 43 are Muslims, which means over 93 to 94 of our populations are what religious groups. So a whole lot of things comes together to say this kind of lives doesn't have its place. So I will consider the teaching. Let's make them understand that these things are not welcome. It is not welcome in our societies. The second thing, what they do, if it impacts others, it will make our cultures and our rules disappear. However, we want to keep and maintain what our forefathers left. That is what the good education. So we have to make them understand those things are not part of our rules and cultures. Even in our religious different groups, those things are not part. So I will consider the part of speaking to them as human beings and teaching them.
Thank you very much. So I think Rosie wanted to say something when it comes to helping them, because I know the next word will be they don't need help.
Oh no. Some need help. Some need help because they are confused.
Very
As
good.
in they are confused, as in they don't know what to choose. Either if they want to stay in their male body or want to turn into females. So number one, you, as our brother Kadio said, you speak to them, give them the room to decide for themselves, to find themselves within themselves. So then you give them the room. Okay, what do you feel the more? Are you more attracted to women clothing, or are you more attracted to men clothing? Do you feel more of female or more of male? What sexuality do you feel more attracted to? That is also a very important question to ask them. Are you, when you see a woman, how do you feel when you see a woman? And how do you feel when you see a guy? As a male, are you more interested in the guy? Do you feel more attracted to kiss a guy or to kiss a woman? And those are the angles you can help with when it comes to the hormonal stuff. And when it's hormonal and you realize that, okay, he as a young boy is more interested into women, then you can go to the doctors, and there are medications on how to balance it or to make one hormone rise more than the other and to suppress the other. So speaking to them and giving them the free choice to choose what they want. At the end of the day, you giving them the choice. Maybe in one way or the other, maybe they might change, or they will choose to go for an operation and for a medication and hormonal treatments to become the other sex one day. Yes.
Yeah, that's understandable. But one thing I see is it all starts from the childhood, the upbringing. Cynthia was asking about how do we protect our children from being manipulated into. That is why it's always best, because for those who are already grown, it's very, very difficult to bring their minds back to practice again. It's already like it's in their blood. It's so difficult until something happens to them. It's very difficult. You see, but when you have kids, you have to make sure you put certain things. Tell your kids straight away as it is. Sex is this. This is your penis. This is your vagina. Because Africans, we like hiding certain things from our kids. We allow their kids to find out from their friends and from their peers, and that is where you get all these influences from. But if your child is your friend, before the child is being taught in school, this and this is what happened. Oh, you ask what were you taught? Especially when it comes to science, biology, and those kind of things. What you also know as a parent, you have to put it into your child's head. Sometimes, we here in Europe, it's like you give birth and your child, what they are being taught. Even though fine, you teach them this, but you also try and put in your values, what you know as an African. Now, fine, this is Europe. Unfortunately, I have to bring you birth to you here. You are this, but your skin tells you that you are an African. And in Africa, we condone this act. Fine, you know it. But make sure you always tell your kid, because your child is supposed to listen to trust you more. And when your child has that kind of your confidence, you know that your child is safe. But to get to a point, you can't be with your children forever. Well, you can't always be there. But what you tell your child is what is going to really sort of be with the child forever. But if we should leave them for them to just be going about their own way, live their free lives, oh, you have your free will, everything, you don't really discipline kids in a lovely way, then definitely they are also going to grow and be influenced by.
I want to add something. I want to add something to that. What you said about how to help not, so that they will not be manipulated. The thing is, sometimes it's not about the manipulation, but it's more of the environment. Africans love speaking negativity. Some even push their children into gayism. If you like it or not, because from childhood they'll be slapping your when you are a boy and you have a lot of nyash, they'll be hitting it. You look like a woman. Your buttocks is like a woman. Oh, that is so nice. You'll be putting it into the head of the child that, oh, having big butt is nice. And then you'll grow up and people will be saying, because I had a friend in class. He was a very soft guy, but at that time, I am very sure that he was not gay. But the class, the environment were like, you look so gay, you act so gay. He was pushed into that direction, and gays will always warmly welcome you. Whilst those outside there, those straight, so-called straight, will be bullying you, will be pushing you, and when you get pushed, you push them into the arms of them. So then you need to make sure that if you want to protect your child from them, you need to talk to your child. You need to change the environment and be very anxious. And you need to be very vigilant and see the friends your child mingles with, the class he goes to, the way they behave. These are the three major factors if you don't want your child to be in it, to protect them of it. But at the end of the day, everyone has a free choice. If you realize that your child is into it and he loves it, be okay with your child. It's okay to be different.
But Rosie, what are you talking about?
I think Sister Empress wants to say or ask something, but you see, Sister Empress, the thing is that when you meet these giants, you need to be loud.
I can say that. No, I don't want to interrupt. But it's like you're trying to say that the gay people now, their parents did not, they were not able to do a good job with them. That's why they ended up being gay. That's the point you're trying to make now.
No, I'm not trying to make that point. Pushing your child into that area doesn't make you a bad parent. Just that
I don't mean like pushing them upbringing. Sister Constance was saying that you should be talking to your child, you should be teaching your child. So the ones that ended up being gay, is it that their parents were not able to talk to them?
No, it's not like that. It's their choice. When they grow up, they choose to do it. There are some caring parents. They communicate with their children. They know the friends of the children. They know everything. They talk to them about everything. But since it's the culture, they are automatically afraid because the environment, the society they are in, will make mockery of them. It doesn't mean that the parent didn't do a good job. Some parents do great job, but it's just a matter of choice. It's just a matter
I'm
of
saying
choice of
that
the children.
because I met some guy years back, I think more than 10 years ago, and then he was like maybe 13 or 12 years old, and he's a guy. He had one particular friend he loved so much. They were just friends. Every moment, every few moments, he'll be like, "Oh, I want to go and call my friend. I want to talk to my friend. I want to tell him this. I want to tell him that." Years after, I found out that he's gay. But I wasn't shocked when I realized that he's gay because when I think back in the days, he was always a little bit more like acting like a lady. But he was small to say that, oh, this child is gay. He was very small, so maybe it was just the way he behaved. But now he's gay. So I think that this thing does not depend on how you bring up your child or if you
Sister
talk or
Empress,
not talk to
let me
them.
get in as a neutral person trying to kick it on what you said. A very
Yeah.
typical example. My boy was, I think 2 years or so. And we had visitors that came to our house, and they also had a male son. Now, here comes the funny story. You know, kids are neutral, they don't know anything. So they were playing, and this guy hugged my son, and my son hugged him, and they were kind of kissing. Out of my sofa, I just ran to them. I was like, hey, chill.
What are
So,
you doing?
out of that state already, the guy knows that I can hug my brother, but the
Mhm.
kid say no is too much.
Yeah.
Somebody will say that, oh, that 2 year old, oh, yeah, he will do it, he
Mm-hmm.
will have his own choice. Now, let me give you also a direct example, then we continue with the thing. I have my TV, and then we have Gemma in the commode. There's a small shrunk that is beneath the TV. So this guy was around 1 year, 2 year playing towards it. So I immediately just stopped and I was like, don't play there. If you go there, this will break. Don't do this. Up to now, the guy is 4. He doesn't dare go closer to it. So
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
trying to say is that, as the Bible says, train up the child you want him to go. You have to start early enough. Whether you want him to go or not, that's not the issue. Whether gay is good or not, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that whatever you want to train your child with, it starts from baby. It starts even from the belly when you start communicating with that child. Because my baby came out and heard my voice and was like, daddy knew. Why did that happen? Because I communicated. So there are things we Africans, I'm also an African, but I learned. There are things we Africans, we don't do. Before the child will be 40, he doesn't know what a penis is and what a vagina is. Somebody call it bolo bolo, somebody call it whatever. So the child thinks it's a masquerade thing. You understand? But your school, they're already teaching it. In your friends' places, they're already teaching it. So it is not the parent, but it is our culture. We don't teach our kids those things. That is why we say that for those things not to come or to come, it is up to you, the African parent, to educate yourself, to educate. You see, because if I don't know, I wouldn't. So that is the short one. Like I said,
Yeah,
nothing on
and
anybody's
I
side.
want to add to what Minister is saying. I went to a conference last week, and as religious people say, there was an apostle that was speaking, and he was saying that in this generation, because there was a transgender that has converted into Christianity, and he was also explaining about the
Not
medication
repented.
again.
Not repented.
Yeah,
Repented.
yes, and he was talking about his journey on taking medication so that she has no breasts. She talks like a man because of these tablets and medications and therapy. And the apostle was saying that Africans are more of if a woman is pregnant, touching the belly and proclaiming that it's a boy when it's a girl. All of these things, they said all of these things are spiritual parts of the things that makes a child turn into a gay. So they shouldn't allow people to touch their bellies and to proclaim, your child will be a boy. It must be a boy, and start buying boy things when it's a girl. So
well, I think that was because gone were those days, scams were not available. In this modern day, right from the 3rd month, you even know the gender of the child that you are even bringing. Gone were those days, but our forefathers had a way of seeing certain genders. Sometimes they could just look at the woman's face, your feet, and say, you are going to have a boy, you are going to have a girl. And that is their way of saying it. Sometimes some couples' expectation, maybe you have given birth to more boys, you're expecting a girl. So it's like you start saying, for this pregnancy, it's going to be a girl. That is just the African way of doing our thing, which is not even bad at all. Because that is what our forefathers knew. Until technology came in, that right now we are using scans and other things to control certain things. But yes, still, one thing about tradition is where we see that we have a little education. What our parents or our grandparents didn't teach us. Now the responsibility lies on us, as modern as we call ourselves, to really be open. Africa, sexuality is a taboo. We don't talk about it, but it's affecting us negatively in some way. But this time around us, we have seen that, we can also come up. Let's just tell our kids this and this and this. Why are all this LGBTQIA2s happening? Because they think they want a right to vote. But in our society, it is an abomination. We don't want it. And we don't want you to come and infiltrate our kids.
These things have been there ever since. They've been there for years. I don't think it's new.
Then why do you need a law to make you to be recognized? Yeah, you are there. Do it in your secret. That is it. Okay, male and female don't need it. We don't need right. It's only you that you are now looking for right.
Guys are doing. It's an intentional. It's I don't know. You have intentionally made this whole thing look like people just want to be public. That is why they are forcing for legalization. The legalization is just for people's right to be respected. That
exactly.
People want to just enjoy their rights. If I am outside,
it's not just that, Mekon. It's not just that. It's beyond that. But maybe you are thinking of seeing it as just.
No, but that is what
we live with them in the society. What exactly do we do to them?
I personally talked to one transgender in Ghana.
The question should be simple. The question that we should even ask Mekon now is, and I've already asked is, which right are we even talking of? An example.
Yeah. I've also said it.
Has anybody gone against the right of students, a boys' boarding school? Has anybody gone against the right of a school whereby it is only boys? No. Has anybody gone against the right of a boarding school where it is only female? No. Why don't we go against? Because we don't see any immoral act in those schools. Please, that is why I say we shouldn't mix the word right here. Those students in those boys' schools or girls' schools, why is it that nobody goes against them? Because there is no immoral act there. We don't see anything.
I have a question for Kadi.
When I started the secondary school, first term, 2 girls were expelled. First term, 2 girls were expelled.
Why?
Because of lesbianism.
So
our school was a mixed school, but yet it was there. How much more the one sex?
The girls.
You don't know what goes on there.
I attended a girls' school, but nobody was expelled.
I have a question for Kadi.
Because they were not found. If they were found,
it's wrong.
And that is the problem. Why should they be expelled because they did
exactly.
Exactly.
When there are boys,
we should just understand that Mekon is now joining our group because
Empress,
they
No,
have been
I mean it. Both of them. Did she come to learn or did she come to practice
Learn fast,
environment?
make it to the university. You are now going to be putting your hand in somebody's daughter's
I have two questions. One for Sister Constance and one for Kadio.
We are ready.
Number one question for Kadio is it right for you, or no, don't let me use you. Is it right for someone to hit someone in the face because of his sexuality? Yes or no?
Make your question.
And nobody goes to hit somebody.
I just want a yes or no answer.
Sister Constance, don't do that. Sister Constance, don't do that. We have been watching the news all the time. People have been beating people.
Something that you have been caught. Why do we beat people when they steal?
Okay, I will make the question
they have taken
clear.
something that doesn't belong to them.
And the same thing is happening here.
So why should two adults who
not just adults, two men can work together, who beats them?
Thank you.
Something was being done.
Yes, they were having sex in their own room, and then you come in, invade in their privacy, take videos, start beating them, and then you think you are right.
Wanted to be caught. I think they wanted to be caught because even for normal male and female, when you have sex, why do we lock our doors? Because you don't even want a third party to see your nakedness. But you want to make it open, so we should give you rights for you to do it open.
Let me clear up that question.
In your rented apartment, if anybody comes in uninvited, who is that person? Has that person not violated your rights?
You open the door for that person. How would the person enter?
See, in Africa, let's not pretend. In Africa, when they see two men working together, now spies will follow them.
Oh no!
They will follow them until they enter the room.
Look at the boys.
And then wait a few
we all
minutes.
have boys in our area. Do we tag them as homosexuals? We have boys in our area.
Let me clear up my question. Let me make my question clear.
Rose's question hasn't been answered.
Meko wants to join. Meko wants to join it.
How do you know I'm not already in there?
Meko wants to join our group. I know that Meko
join.
I think there's a question that Kadio you have not answered. Rosie, please.
Let me make it clear. Okay, I'm using this example. For example, Kwadwo and Kwabena are walking. We are all in Ghana.
Very good.
Now, Kwadwo and Kwabena are walking hand in hand. They didn't harm anybody. They're just going for a walk. Is it right if Akwesi comes to hit them? Is it right or wrong? Yes or no? Just yes or no?
No, Sister Rosie, I won't tell you yes for you to get something to say or no for you to get something to say because your question is still not complete.
Yeah, it is complete. Okay, no. Is it right to be violent to another person?
It is not right to be violent to anybody.
Point blank, and that is the problem. They are violent against them. That is against the law.
Your question is not clear.
You see, in Ghana, we have boys, we have brothers, we have cousins together.
Pastor, let me make it clear for Rosie. Rosie, if I see two men, listen, walking together, holding hands, talking, I may even join them in their talking. I will not do anything. But whereby I see two men working together, folding their bottles, so outside, I'll be the first person to go and slap them.
And you will be caught. And that is their rights they are fighting for.
What are you talking
about? You are not entitled to be violent against anybody, no matter what.
That is what I am saying.
Even if someone hits you, you shouldn't hit back, but report it. Why do you think you shouldn't hit back? Because it's against the law to be violent.
See, you see what you are talking of. I'll be happy if you were in the debate with a white man. I think you are good to be in a debate with white because
but in Africa,
but that is why our Africa is not going forward because we are just lawless. We are just lawless no matter what. Because imagine that in Africa people take law into their hands. We are just lawless, and that is why Africa is the way it is.
Sister Rossi, please.
This country Ghana has laws, but because we are lawless and indisciplined, we take the laws into our own hands.
We are not going to tolerate homosexuality.
No,
it's against our laws.
Let's obey and make it clear, because Rosie is just trying to be a white woman here. Me, I'm not white. Please, let's make it clear. Me, I am not a white man. My face doesn't look like a white man. I don't belong to any white country. Even if tomorrow I have the German passport, it doesn't make me a German. Because when I go back to Ghana, I am not a German. I am still a Ghanaian. And I have to abide by the rules and regulation of my country. I have to make sure when I go, look, let me give you an example.
But there are no rules against homosexuality in Ghana.
No, let me give you an example.
It's a crime. We don't tolerate
it. Is not a crime. Because of you, I'll go and research about the laws in Ghana. If sexuality is against the law, there is no law on this planet called Earth that is against sexuality. Nowhere. It is nowhere to be found on this planet called Earth.
In fact, it's even against someone who is against somebody's sexuality, preferences or feelings or whatever.
Oh, but you people know. I think please, you are not making the debate look like we are talking about the same thing. I was giving an example to Sister Rossi right now. Look, I took my nephew, an Italian. I took my nephew because here I can't touch my nephew. We are in Italy, so I cannot touch him. So anything you do, you'll be shouting, I didn't mind this boy. Because here, I don't have the right to touch the boy. So when we went to Ivory Coast, he was bringing the same behavior in Ivory Coast. My boy, here is not Italy. Here is Africa. And here in Africa, I have to teach you that here, you have to respect the elders.
Yeah.
What I want Rosie to understand is, in Africa, what you even said right now, you are going to read to see if we go against the law of sexual. No. When you read well, you will understand that that law goes under those who are married, like a man and a woman. That is why we say you cannot brutalize a woman.
Yeah.
That is against the law. But you wouldn't find it nowhere in any constitution in Africa where it is written that if you see a man and a man kissing outside or fooling, you can just go to them and give them a kick and tell them, oh, you can go on. Oh, kiss more. Oh, you can do what you are doing. It is not in our constitution. Anywhere you see doing that, even Ghana, Accra, I think Accra market, there was a lesbian who was doing that. And I think the video, the guys there were telling her, go and change the way you are dressing. You are disgracing us. Go and change. There was no beating. The first time
you mix culture with law. You don't do that.
What do you call about you
mix culture with law?
What? No. Ross, that is what we shouldn't.
It's out of our conscience that we make the laws. That is what is favorable to our land.
Please, let me ask this question, please, to both sides. Our time is actually due, but I think we can use 1 or 2, 3 minutes. Don't you think the whole confusion of Africa, please, so it's a question to both parties, whether gayism, whether beating, whatever, is because we accepted the laws of another man's culture, whether they have culture or not. Because you see, this is our culture. We don't do this. When we do this, this is how we do it. Now we've mixed it with, sorry to say, Christianity, which is actually the Jewish culture. You understand? And so now we are so confused that we don't know which one is under the law, which one is the culture, which one is this. But if we were to be left alone, probably we will just single it out and say, this is the culture. Out of the culture, we make our laws. You see, Sister Constance says something about when we go out there, they give us money, they tell us who to employ and not to employ. If we have our own culture and we deal with it, who is going to tell you in your country, in your culture, who to employ and not to employ? I don't know if you get my question. So on both sides, don't you think it is exactly this Western law or whatever we have accepted that is making us confused? Because I think both sides, if we are to be honest, those that are even against and those that are for, we agree that there's a confusion there.
Where is the confusion?
The confusion is that these people don't know who they are. That is the confusion. Otherwise, we didn't have the debate, right?
They don't know who they are.
They don't know because LGBTQ, I think Q, Malcolm said it the last time.
Question.
So if I'm questioning who I am, do I know who I am?
Imagine.
No, they are not questioning who they are. Please, it's wrong for you to say that.
What?
It's wrong for you.
Please, I'm not part of the debate. I'm saying what I think.
But let me just say, put this across, because if I don't know who I am, how do I get a name for myself?
You are questioning, is there a name?
But you are questioning the sexuality you desire more.
Yes. So you don't know.
I told you Mekon is going to join us. Please listen.
No, but
I have already told you. I'm already.
And Rosie is on your part. Rosie said, I'm questioning myself. Something I'm questioning. If I ask you what is your name, I don't know your name. You get it? So if I'm questioning my sexuality, if I knew it, why do I question it?
No, let me make it clear. You know, for example, those that are, because the Qs, some of them are just let me say homosexuals, for example. He knows he likes guys, he likes having sex in anus, or giving men blowjobs, but he sometimes has the feeling that maybe he could like something different, so he's questioning if the gayism is what he wants, because some love transgenders.
No, please continue what you are saying.
I'll continue with it. Some are into this intersexual. He is questioning if he's only into this anus thing, or if maybe he's also into something different. That is the question. That doesn't mean he doesn't know who he is or the sexuality.
So he knows, but he wants a plus.
Yes, he's questioning if he has a plus in it.
Yeah, so more or less.
But you know, some of these things,
more or less, like he or she will be
sexual fantasy.
Try another thing.
Of course.
Okay, so once again, my question still stands. Don't you think we are confusing the culture with that kind of a law thing, which is not our law, to be precise, that we have adopted and tried to live our life?
Please let me reply, Mekon. Please.
And nobody has answered my question, so if you don't answer, you can't reply, Mekon.
No, but the question you asked, I think it went directly to what Mekon is saying. You said, because Mekon was saying right now that you can't say they don't know. Listen to what I said. Mekon he has already joined the group. Even Rossi has said all the few of them have joined us, but just that they are pretending. But you just give them the benefit of the doubt. We have no problem. We can still give them the benefit of the doubt. But me, I believe I staff, we know they've joined the group already, and we thank you for joining the group. Maybe next time we will get maybe another people to be okay. What I want to say about Mekon said, we shouldn't say they don't know. They really know what they are doing.
Okay.
Mekon say they really know what they are doing. And if they really know what they are doing, do they know that what they are doing is against the law? We are not talking about right. We are talking about the law here. Do they know that it's against
which law?
Against
which law?
Okay, let's consider this three. It is against the law of nature, it is against the law of religion, and it is against the law of constitution.
Which constitution?
What constitution?
The constitution of every country.
There is
apart from the Europeans who have made it as part of this.
Thank you, because Ghana, we haven't built this law. So
and we are not going to accept it.
So it is not against any law in Ghana. Nigerians have passed the law. So in Nigeria, it's a crime. But in Ghana, there is no law that is.
That's it.
Now that they are working past that bill, now that is what Sam George is busy.
Listen. The thing is, we don't even want to pass the law for it to be a debate.
You can't build that.
Please, you are just an individual, so I don't know why you want to make it a written. It is
it's the voice of the masses. Just as the LGBT, you want more people to join you. The majority of them
asking for people to join us. You see, that is
what. Oh yes, like why we know that from time memorial, you do these things in your own corner. Why do you want to this time? You want a bill to be passed in your favor.
We want a bill to be passed. Please listen to me carefully. We want a bill to be passed that will criminalize me being in the room with another man and you break into the room just because you've heard there is a man and a man in the room. We want a bill to be criminalize that.
It's an unacceptable act.
Says Sister Constance.
No, not says me. Says what we know from the time that we were giving birth to. We know our family stand. We know our family system.
Please,
you came to
aside, Sister
I wouldn't talk about traditional religion because that is what we know. That is what we were born with.
So, like I said, I wouldn't be the showstopper, but I think we need to continue.
No. I want to ask one thing.
So, what I'm trying to say is that we probably will have a part. I'll kick this guy from my studio.
Never-ending topic.
I'll kick this guy from my studio.
I will, because of the part 3, I will go and do a research about the Constitution.
Let me put it this way: we also don't want to bore, the viewers. So this part 3 is definitely not going to come next week, so that you guys can drink water, chill, and on it first. Do your research. The part 3 is going to be
in your favor because the majority.
The part 3 is going to be on.
I want to tell Michael something.
The part 3 is going to be on religion. It's going to be on religion and the points that we have made today. And of course, I still have some time for you to give your last, points. And forgive me for pulling you guys out and muting you, because if I don't cut this thing here, probably tomorrow we'll still be sitting here. Because like Sister Constance says, a never ending story.
Minister, I think I've just got that my battery is low.
Okay, so give us your last advice.
And just leave. Yes. So I think today it has been hotter than all the days. In fact, this is about the 3rd time we are talking about this issue, and there's always more things to say. What I would say is I will still stand by the fact that in Africa, LGBTQ has no stand there. The bill might be passed, maybe based on something, but one thing I can assure you is in Africa, because we are so lawless, as you put it, we will still catch you and beat you and do what I want to do, because by the time you get to report us, it will not, nothing will be heard of. So if you still want that, let this bill be passed, and you see men and men passing, in fact, they will run away. It will not stay on their land. So let's not really sort of push people to accept that. What our culture and our traditions stand for, we are supposed to hold it firm. That is what we are supposed to protect, because that makes us really unique. I think my battery is down, so I will just end it here.
Like someone, Glory said, you've made our day. Both parties, you're wonderful. So in case you're out, have a nice evening, and we'll keep in touch.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so the next person, I can see Cardio now. Just a Cardio needs to say something.
Yeah. I think. I'm making it short. Yeah, I'm still standing against saying. I'm joining Sister Constant to say, even if the bill is being passed, it may be passed on something else, but we should still consider that. Taking into consideration this LGBTQ are going to be allowed to have this free and flow movement in Africa, that would be very difficult. It will be very, very, very difficult. It will be difficult. And I may be one voice, but what I know is one voice speaking will go to another voice. From one voice will go to another person. So what I know is the more we are going against, it is a way of preserving the culture that we have in our country, in Ghana. So I still stand against saying LGBT don't have their place among our culture in Ghana. This is what I have to say to end.
Thank you very much. Please, if your battery is not low, still stay on it for me.
Oh, I'm saying.
Yes, Megan, give us your last word.
Yeah, what I want to say is people should not let their cultures infringe on people's rights. Just because you think you have a culture doesn't mean you infringe on my right. My right to privacy, my right to personal liberty is my right and solely my right, and it should be protected by the government. And that is all that this LGBTQ2 plus is asking for.
IA.
Their right to privacy, their right to liberty shouldn't be infringed upon. Just because you think you have a culture doesn't mean that I can't follow you around. Just because you believe in this doesn't mean that I should believe in the same thing. In the Bible, if we are to quote, God created us in his own image. So each one of us are in the image of God. So it is only left on judge according to how he made us. That is what I can say.
Thank you very much. Today you were very reluctant, but next time, dear, please blast us because you expect it. Rosie, give us your last word, and then Sister Empress.
Yeah, what I will add to it is that no matter your sexuality, you are a human. You have the rights to live the way you want it, only under the circumstance that you are not hurting a third party. So this legalization should be granted for people to have that protection. As our brother Mekon already said, it's about our protection. Every individual, every human being has the right to be protected and not be cast out. Nobody has the right to bump into my building just because he or she saw me with another woman or saw another man with another man entering a room and making noise during sex or whatever they are having and pulling them out. It's against the law. Africa should stop being lawless so that people will have the right to live their life fully. And the LGBTQIA2s plus are not influencing anybody, but we also have the right to explain to someone if he or she has the interest to it. That's my point.
Thank you very much. Backing your point. Sister Empress, tell us what you think on this, your last words.
Yeah, sure. I think that these people should be protected, especially like in Africa too, because it's not right that you see a man with a man and then they are being beaten or being criticized or whatever. So if they legalize it, it's better. It will help against the human rights. That's all I can say.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you everyone for watching it. I will end with this word: great debaters and interesting submissions. Really enjoyed it, and good night to you all. I also enjoyed it. It was wonderful. Everybody made their point. Of course, we disagree to agree, and we agree to disagree. However, when the thing is that when we are talking about human rights, every human being that stands, that blood flows in your veins, you have a human right to live on this planet and not to be attacked. First of all, you are supposed to be accepted as a man or a woman. That is the point. On the other hand, not to be biased, we have a group of people that have certain preferences, that have certain desires, that have a certain culture, they will also love to live in peace, right? So when there's something we say in Ghana, I say, whilst it is affecting this group, it's also affecting another group, right? So here comes the thing. There's another people. It starts somewhere, of course. Yes, there are people that influence it. They put money in. They push it. We want this thing to come, but these people needs to be accepted. Now, the Western world have now come to the conclusion that due to human rights, let everybody do whatever they want. We have the same right in Africa. Now, I'm not talking about the act, but I'm talking about the personality. So if I go to court or I go somewhere to buy anything or I do anything and I stand there, whether I'm holding a man or a woman, you don't have the right to beat me up, disgrace me or whatever. And that is what some judge is also applying for. That those people will face court's judgment at the end of the day. But then here comes the culture that says that we don't want this act to be legalized. And I think, on the other hand, it's also acceptable to accept a culture's decision or upbringing. Like I said, I'm not here to judge. I'm the middleman. That is why there's a debate. But on both hands, they are, of course, rules and regulations. I love what Stephen said. These people, due to what they have decided to do and how they want to do it, they need protection, of course, as human beings. Please, they need protection because they have chosen to do something which we don't understand. That is why we attack them. On the other hand, too, we also need protection because our culture is at stake. Yeah, I say we because I'm an African. Anybody watching, please, you need to be how do you say, active on whatever we do because the future of your kids at the question mark. I won't say it's at stake because it looks like I'm putting in. It's on the question mark. If you want to educate your child to understand and go in, you have to start from the infant. So that in Africa, when something happens, I'll tell your mom, I'll tell your dad. When they come to your dad and your mom, you'll be like, minim did that, it's okay. Or you'll be like, no, I taught my child from the infant, so my child knows. However you want to go about it, please don't abuse anybody's right. And that is the point. We will have a part three. The part three will be on the religious side. Somebody will say, religion there, when you go there is absolutely no. But here comes the Pope that says that, hey, let them marry. And that is why it has given the authority in the Presbyterian or the Methodist Church
Methodist.
that they've also accepted it. They are okay with it, right? So there is also an issue. The same person who said that Adam and Eve was created said that now let Adam and Steve marry. So what is your take on that? Just keep in suspense for the next topic, the part 3 of our debate on LGBTQIA2s plus. We will come back on it. I'm so grateful for each and everyone participating on this platform, for the pros and the cons, and also for our viewers to also add up. So very grateful. May your week be blessed. May whatever you touch this week, may it be anointed, and whatever you want to achieve, may it be accomplished by the end of the week. Thank you very much and have a lovely weekend. Shalom.
Bye.